Bought a cruiser at a completely empty Galactic sale. What was sealed inside changed my life forever. A human explorer in the Andara sector, he drifted from one forgotten system to another, scavenging old tech, repairing ships for distant colonies, and selling whatever he could find. Space was quiet, empty, and cold, but he liked it that way. Out here, no one judged him. No one told him he couldn't do something. Out here, he could finally be himself. That day, however, something unusual caught his attention. A small blinking sign floated in the vacuum of space, just ahead of his old transport ship. Galactic clearance sale, all stock must go. Eli blinked. He adjusted his visor and squinted at the station hovering lazily in the distance. It looked ancient, worn, almost abandoned. There were no lights flickering, no sounds of activity, and no other ships. A clearance sale, in the middle of nowhere. That made no sense. And yet curiosity gnawed at him. Why not? He muttered to himself, switching the thrusters on. A little adventure never hurt anyone. The station was larger than it looked from a distance, but its docking bay was empty. Not a single other ship was parked inside. The doors creaked as they opened, echoing in the vast metallic hall. Eli's boots clanged on the floor as he walked between rows of starships. Some looked like relics of the old Earth-era fleets. Others were sleek, shining, and obviously alien in origin. And then he saw it. A cruiser unlike any he had ever seen. Its hull was polished black, reflecting the empty lights above. Lines of silver etched along its body gave it a sleek, fast appearance. Even from a distance, Eli could feel it calling him. The Aurora Shadow, he read on a small holographic display. The name hummed faintly like it recognized him. Something in his gut told him to leave it alone. It was too perfect, too quiet, and yet the price was almost nothing. A few thousand credits for a ship that would have been worth millions. Eli scratched his head. Maybe it's a trick, maybe it's haunted, he laughed at himself. Or maybe it's just my lucky day. He pressed the purchase panel, half expecting alarms or some hidden mechanism. Nothing happened. The station's silence was complete, except for the soft hum of the ship's engines powering up. When Eli stepped inside the Aurora Shadow, he felt a thrill he hadn't felt in years. The cockpit was perfect. Controls and displays lit up as he entered, seemingly expecting him. "Welcome, Captain Winters," a voice said. Eli jumped. The voice was smooth, calm, almost soothing. Hello," he said, unsure. "Who's there?" "I am Athena," the voice said. "Your ship's AI." "You may call me Athena." Eli stared at the holographic projection floating in the center console. Athena was a simple figure, humanoid but translucent, glowing faintly blue. "All right," Eli said slowly. "You're friendly?" "Yes," Athena replied. "I am programmed to assist. And to protect the sealed compartment on this vessel." Sealed compartment? Eli's curiosity sparked. Humans were curious creatures by nature. He had to see it. He had to know. Athena hesitated. "It is highly recommended that you do not open it until you are prepared for what is inside." Eli smirked. "Of course," he said. And then, 10 seconds later, his hands were already prying open the hatch. Inside, nestled in a small chamber, was a crystal unlike any he had seen. It pulsed with a soft, otherworldly light. Lines of alien symbols shimmered across its surface. Eli's fingers hovered above it. This is beautiful," he whispered. "Caution," Athena said. "This object contains knowledge beyond current human understanding. Interaction may alter your perspective permanently." Eli laughed, shaking his head. "Alter my perspective? Come on, it's just a crystal." But even as he spoke, his heart raced. He felt an energy vibrating through the room, soft but unmistakable. Carefully, he touched it. The moment his fingers made contact, the symbols began to glow brighter. A soft hum filled the cockpit, vibrating through the floor, through the walls, through his chest. Then, without warning, the crystal projected a holographic star map, shimmering in the empty space around him. Eli gasped. Stars and planets appeared in 3 dimensions, spinning slowly. Some planets glowed faintly, others pulsed with light. And then a message appeared, written in a language he somehow could understand. The fate of a forgotten civilization rests in your hands. Eli froze. His mind raced. This was bigger than he could have imagined, bigger than any discovery he had ever made. What does this mean?" he whispered. Athena's voice was calm. "It means that the object has chosen you. Its creator sought a being capable of understanding its knowledge, capable of using it responsibly. You have been identified as that being." Eli laughed nervously. "Me? Just me?" "Yes," Athena replied. "Humans possess qualities that many species lack: curiosity, adaptability, and courage, qualities necessary for what lies ahead." Eli leaned back in his seat. He had explored derelict ships, traded with alien merchants, repaired broken star engines. But never had he felt this level of responsibility. He looked at the holographic star map. One system at the edge of known space was marked with a soft green glow. Athena explained it as the home of a lost civilization. They had left behind knowledge that could change life as humans knew it: clean energy, advanced medicine, and technologies humans had only dreamed of. Eli's mind raced. The possibilities were staggering. He could bring this back to Earth. Humanity could finally step into a new age of exploration and invention. But there was a catch. Athena's voice, calm but serious, reminded him, "The path is dangerous. Unknown forces may seek to claim this knowledge for themselves. You must navigate carefully." Eli swallowed. Humans were brave, yes, sometimes stubborn, and sometimes lucky, but luck alone would not get him through what lay ahead. Still, he smiled. "I've never been one to back down from a challenge," he said aloud. "If this is what the universe wants me to do, then let's go." Over the next few hours, Eli familiarized himself with the Aurora Shadow. The ship was astonishing. Its engines purred like a contented animal. Its navigation system seemed almost alive, responding intuitively to his thoughts. Athena guided him through controls he had never imagined. By the time Eli was ready to depart, the station's emptiness no longer felt eerie. It felt like a test, a trial that only he could pass. As the ship lifted off the docking bay and glided into the vast, glittering expanse of space, Eli's heart pounded with excitement. For the first time in his life, he felt that destiny had finally found him. Outside, stars stretched endlessly in every direction. The Aurora Shadow's engines lit up, propelling him toward the edge of the galaxy. Ahead lay worlds unknown, challenges unimaginable, and a secret that could forever change humanity. And all of it started with a crazy, abandoned clearance sail and a human's innate curiosity. Eli gripped the controls. "Let's see what's out there," he whispered. As the ship sailed past a drifting asteroid field, Athena's voice spoke again. "Captain, sensors detect unusual energy readings ahead. I recommend caution." Eli smirked. "Since when has caution ever stopped a human?" The crystal pulsed softly beside him, as if approving. And somewhere deep inside, Eli knew this was only the beginning. For the first time in years, space didn't feel empty. It felt alive, full of secrets waiting to be discovered by a human who dared to dream. The Aurora Shadow glided silently through the endless black of space. Stars stretched in every direction, like scattered diamonds on a dark velvet cloth. Eli Winters sat in the cockpit, eyes fixed on the holographic star map projected by the mysterious crystal. One system, at the very edge of known space, glowed softly in green. That was his destination, the home of the lost civilization whose knowledge could change humanity forever. Athena, the ship's AI, hovered as a faint blue hologram above the console. "Captain, calculations indicate a direct route will take 4 weeks. However, unknown environmental hazards may extend travel time." Eli rubbed his eyes. "4 weeks, that's nothing. I've survived worse with less." He smiled, thinking of the abandoned mining outposts and asteroid fields he had navigated alone. "Let's go the direct way." I want to see this civilization before anyone else." The ship hummed, engines glowing faintly. Athena's voice was calm, but there was a hint of anticipation. "Understood, Captain." The first challenge, asteroid belt of Endara IX. 2 days into the journey, Eli encountered the first real obstacle, a massive asteroid belt. The rocks tumbled and spun in unpredictable patterns. Sensors lit up in red, warning him of collisions. Eli's hands gripped the controls. "All right, Athena, we need a plan." "These rocks aren't going to wait for us." "I am analyzing patterns of movement," Athena replied. "It is possible to navigate, but precision will be required." The Aurora shadow dodged a spinning boulder the size of a small building. Eli's fingers flew over the controls, anticipating each movement. Humans had a natural instinct for improvisation, something no algorithm could fully replicate. While Athena calculated probabilities, Eli used intuition to find gaps and time his maneuvers. Hours passed. He ducked, weaved, and occasionally accelerated through gaps that seemed impossible. Sweat beaded on his forehead, but he never panicked. Humans had a strange ability. The more impossible the situation, the sharper their minds seemed to become. Finally, the last asteroid floated harmlessly behind him. Athena's voice sounded almost like admiration. "Captain, your decisions were unconventional but effective. Probability of success, 99.7%. Eli laughed, wiping his brow. Unconventional is just another word for human. The alien encounter. Traders of the Vera system. A week into his journey, Eli approached a dense, orange-hued nebula. Hidden within were small settlements of an alien species known as the Vera, a race of traders with long limbs, large reflective eyes, and voices like singing wind. Eli had encountered aliens before, some hostile, some friendly. The Vera were curious but cautious. As the Aurora shadow entered their territory, a bright light flashed ahead, a signal requesting identification. "Looks like we're about to make friends or enemies," Eli muttered. Athena projected his image and identity to the Vera ships. A holographic Vera elder appeared. Its voice was musical but incomprehensible at first. Athena translated, "Stranger, why do you come here?" Eli straightened. "I'm exploring. I found a map pointing me to an ancient civilization. I mean no harm, and I only wish to pass safely." The elder paused. Its eyes seemed to study him, analyzing every movement, every word. After a tense moment, it spoke again. "Few humans venture this far. You are different. Proceed." Eli smiled. "Thanks, I like being different." As he passed the Vera territory, he noticed Athena glowing faintly. "Captain, this alien species recognizes humans as curious and adaptive. They consider us unpredictable." "Unpredictable can be good," Eli said. "It keeps life interesting." The hidden danger, ghost station of Xerion. 10 days into the journey, the Aurora shadow drifted near a derelict station, floating silently in space. The star map indicated it was a relic from the lost civilization Eli sought. "This could be important," Athena said, "but sensors detect unstable energy fields." "Proceed with caution." Eli hesitated. Humans were naturally curious. Some would avoid danger, but he could not resist. "We go in," he said. "Let's see what secrets it holds." The station was massive, with darkened corridors and flickering lights. Eli's boots echoed on the metal floors as he explored. Strange symbols lined the walls, similar to those on the crystal. In the central chamber, a pedestal glowed faintly. Eli approached. The crystal he had found on the Aurora shadow pulsed as if reacting. A holographic message projected from the pedestal, displaying stars, planets, and unknown technologies. Eli stared, heart-pounding. The message seemed to explain advanced propulsion systems, energy storage, and medicine far beyond human knowledge. But it was incomplete. "This is amazing," Eli whispered. "They left a trail for me." Suddenly, sensors blared. Energy spikes surged around the station, threatening to destabilize the structure. Athena's voice was urgent. "Captain, the station is collapsing. Immediate evacuation is necessary." Eli dashed back to the Aurora shadow. With precise timing, he maneuvered through debris and energy bursts. Humans had an incredible ability to adapt in real time, reading situations, improvising, surviving. Within moments, he was safely back in the ship, heart racing but alive. "That was close," he said, gripping the controls. "But we got the data." Athena's voice was calm. "Yes, Captain, your ingenuity and decision-making ensured success. Human creativity is unmatched in these situations." Eli chuckled. "I like being unmatched." The revelation, Athena's secret. A few days later, Eli finally had a quiet moment in the cockpit. The Aurora shadow glided past a cluster of stars, their light casting gentle glows on the hull. He examined the crystal again. Athena had been silent, almost contemplative. "Athena, what do you really know about this civilization?" Eli asked. "I have partial records," she said, "but I am not the full AI from the lost civilization. They left this device to guide a suitable being. It is you." Eli laughed softly. "Me, just a human." "Yes," Athena said. "Humans are uniquely capable of curiosity, courage, and empathy. That combination allowed you to survive, explore, and understand what many species would have ignored or destroyed. You were chosen because of those qualities." Eli stared out at the stars. Humans were small in the galaxy, often underestimated. Yet here he was, entrusted with knowledge that could change his species forever. "I guess humans aren't as weak as some think," he muttered. "You are exceptional, Captain," Athena said, "the edge of known space." 3 weeks into the journey, Eli reached the final marked system on the star map. A massive nebula, swirling in greens and blues, blocked direct observation of the planet beyond. "This is it," Athena said. "Beyond this nebula lies the homeworld of the lost civilization. The device indicates it is perfectly preserved. Extreme caution is advised." Eli nodded, gripping the controls. Humans thrived on challenges. The unknown was not something to fear. It was something to understand, explore, and adapt to. "Let's go," he said. "Time to see what secrets this civilization left behind." The Aurora shadow entered the nebula. Visibility dropped to nearly zero. Electric storms crackled around the ship, testing his reflexes and Athena's calculations. Yet together, they navigated through the chaos. Eli improvised paths when Athena's calculations failed, trusting human instinct and observation. After tense hours, they emerged. Below them was a planet, pristine and untouched. Cities of crystal-like structures glittered in the sunlight. Trees, rivers, and mountains coexisted with advanced technology in perfect harmony. The civilization had not perished, they had hidden, and Eli had found them. "I can't believe it," he whispered. "They left all this just for humans." "Yes," Athena replied. "They trusted humanity to carry their legacy responsibly, and you are the first to reach it in centuries." Eli's heart swelled. He thought of Earth, of humans struggling to survive, explore, and create. Now he held the key to a civilization's wisdom. Humans had earned a place among the stars, not through strength, but through courage, curiosity, and compassion. As the Aurora shadow descended toward the planet, Eli felt a thrill he had never known. The journey had tested him, challenged him, and revealed the power of human intuition and ingenuity. He had faced hazards, alien species, and unknown dangers, and survived, all because he trusted what it meant to be human. For the first time, Eli realized this journey wasn't just about discovering alien knowledge. It was about proving that humans could rise to challenges greater than themselves and shine brighter than anyone expected. Below him, the planet waited. A new adventure, full of discovery, mystery, and opportunity, lay ahead. And Eli knew, deep in his heart, that this was only the beginning. Eli Winters had never felt such awe in his life. Below him stretched a planet that seemed alive in ways he had never imagined. Crystal cities glimmered under sunlight. Rivers reflected colors he had no names for, and mountains towered with shapes that defied his expectations. This was not just a hidden planet. It was a living testament to a civilization that had mastered balance, knowledge, and exploration. Athena's holographic form floated beside him. Captain, sensors indicate that the planet is entirely stable and intact. The knowledge repositories you seek are located at the central structure directly ahead. Eli gripped the controls. Central structure, got it. Let's land and see what secrets they left behind. Landing and first impressions. The Aurora shadow descended smoothly, guided by Athena's precise calculations and Eli's intuitive piloting. The landing site was a wide, open plaza surrounded by crystalline buildings that reflected the sunlight in a dazzling spectrum. No signs of life moved, yet everything felt purposeful, organized, and alive. Eli stepped out, his boots crunching softly on the crystalline surface. He marveled at the architecture. Towers spiraled like DNA strands, walkways shimmered as though made from liquid light, and glyphs similar to those on the crystal covered every surface. This is incredible, he whispered, looking around. They didn't just leave knowledge. They left art, culture, proof that they cared about beauty and life. Athena's voice sounded proud. Captain, the civilization believed that wisdom should be paired with responsibility. They left no weapons, no traps designed to harm. Only challenges that test intellect, adaptability, and morality. Eli smiled. Humans thrived on challenges. They were problem solvers by nature. If anyone could rise to the task, it would be him. The trials of knowledge. In the central structure, a massive hall stretched as far as the eye could see. At its center hovered a glowing sphere, pulsing with energy similar to the crystal Eli had found in the Aurora shadow. Holographic glyphs floated in midair, shifting and rearranging themselves as he approached. "Welcome, Seeker," a gentle voice echoed through the hall. Athena translated. "Only one who embodies courage, curiosity, and compassion may access the full repository." Eli stepped forward. His first trial began. A series of floating panels activated, each displaying complex problems: star navigation routes, energy distribution systems, environmental simulations, and mathematical puzzles that humans had never encountered. For a moment, he froze. The complexity was staggering, but then he remembered humans were creative, adaptive, and relentless. He analyzed, experimented, and approached each challenge logically yet with instinct. Hours passed, yet Eli did not tire. Athena guided him when he struggled. "Captain, perhaps try combining these energy nodes instead of following the diagram." Eli followed the suggestion, and the panel lit up with approval. He realized something profound. Humans didn't need to mimic alien logic. They could innovate, improvise, and find solutions others overlooked. The final panel hovered in front of him, glowing brighter than the rest. It displayed a holographic model of the planet itself, showing resource flow, ecosystems, and structures. The solution required understanding balance, sustainability, and foresight. Eli smiled. Humans had a natural sense of adaptation. By observing patterns, predicting outcomes, and applying compassion, he completed the final challenge. A deep hum resonated through the hall. The repository activated. Knowledge flooded the ship systems and the crystal, storing advanced technologies, medicine, star navigation, and energy systems far beyond anything humans had created. Eli's mind raced. The nonviolent guardian suddenly, energy shapes materialized around him. They were guardians not hostile but curious. Tall, translucent beings, they moved with grace, their forms shifting like liquid light. Athena warned, "Captain, these entities are evaluating you. Their intelligence is advanced, and they will only permit access if they are satisfied with your behavior." Eli took a deep breath. Humans had an advantage here: empathy. He did not threaten them. He bowed slightly and gestured respectfully. The guardians moved closer, surrounding him but making no harm. One projected a holographic scenario, a simulation where he could take all knowledge for himself or share it responsibly with his species. Eli thought carefully. The temptation to take it all to gain power for humans alone flickered in his mind, but he knew better. Humans were strongest when they balanced ambition with responsibility. He chose to share, to bring the knowledge back to humanity. The Guardians pulsed with approval. The energy around him softened. The final barrier dissolved. Eli understood. Humans were trusted not for their power but for their judgment, creativity, and moral insight. The gift for humanity. Back in the Aurora shadow, the knowledge of the lost civilization integrated seamlessly. Systems hummed, projecting advanced schematics, medical knowledge, and energy formulas. Eli's mind struggled to contain it all. This will change everything, he whispered. Athena's form glowed brighter. Yes, Captain. Humans now have the capability to evolve, explore, and thrive in ways previously unimaginable. Eli plotted the course back to Earth. Along the way, he reflected on the journey, navigating the asteroid belt, earning respect from alien species, solving ancient puzzles, and earning the trust of guardians. Humans had succeeded not because of brute strength or advanced weapons, but because of ingenuity, courage, and empathy. A thought struck him. This was what made humans special. Across the galaxy, other civilizations might judge humans by appearances or weakness. But those who looked closely would see something extraordinary: the human ability to rise above challenges, adapt, and achieve greatness without destroying others. Returning as a pioneer. When Eli emerged from the edge of the nebula and approached known space, the Aurora shadow glimmered like a beacon. He contacted Earth authorities, explaining his findings, offering schematics, and sharing knowledge in controlled, responsible ways. Scientists, engineers, and explorers across the planet marveled at the information. Clean energy systems were developed, medical cures saved countless lives, and humanity's understanding of the galaxy leapt forward by decades. Eli became a hero, not through violence or conquest, but through courage, curiosity, and respect for life. Humans had proven they could explore, discover, and inherit knowledge responsibly. The galaxy now had to take notice. A lasting lesson. One evening, as Eli gazed at the stars from the Aurora shadow's cockpit, Athena spoke softly. Captain, humans are now capable of achievements that may rival any civilization in the galaxy. Eli smiled, fingers tracing the holographic map of stars. We didn't get here by luck. We got here because we dared to dream, to explore, and to be better than expected. That's what makes us human. Below, Earth thrived with new technologies and hope. Across the stars, humans had left their mark, not through war but through intelligence, empathy, and courage. Eli placed a hand on the crystal. I guess the universe just needed a human to unlock its secrets. Athena glowed. Indeed, Captain, humanity shines brightest when faced with the unknown. And somewhere in the hidden corners of the galaxy, the lost civilization watched in approval, knowing they had chosen wisely. Eli Winters smiled, eyes fixed on the horizon. Humanity's journey was just beginning, and it would be brilliant. The stars stretched endlessly before him, full of mystery, challenge, and opportunity. And humans at last were ready.